In the silent vacuum of space, there is nothing. No wind, no rain, no earth beneath your feet, nothing but stars and the unbroken stillness of an infinite universe. And yet, in the heart of this emptiness, life stirs. A tiny seed floats in a controlled chamber, suspended in time, waiting to awaken. A single root begins to unfurl, searching for something, a force, an anchor, something to tether it to the world it knows. But there is no soil, no gravity, no up or down. Yet, against all odds, it begins to grow. This is not just an experiment. It's a bold statement, a message to the stars, that wherever we go, life will follow. Wherever we journey, we will carry the pulse of Earth with us, in the roots of plants, in the very air we breathe. We are learning to grow, not just on Earth, but in the cold, empty expanse of space. Long before humanity set foot on the moon or sent probes to Mars, we learned to cultivate the Earth. From the earliest civilizations, we sowed crops, domesticated animals, and built a world around agriculture. In the soil, we found our connection to the land. In plants, we saw sustenance, growth, and life. But when the space race began, that bond to the Earth seemed fragile, distant. The question arose, how do we feed ourselves in the vacuum of space, where nothing grows and soil does not exist? The answer wasn't immediate. In the beginning, astronauts aboard early missions carried their food in packets, in freeze-dried tubes. They consumed their meals without ever tasting the earthiness of a vegetable or smelling the sweetness of a fruit. For years, space agencies worked tirelessly to develop ways to make human life in space sustainable. But the dream of growing food in space remained just that, a dream. Gravity, that invisible force we take for granted, is the silent partner in every living organism's struggle for life. It's the force that guides roots to grow down, that helps water flow, that lets plants understand which way is up. In the vacuum of space, all that changes. Without gravity, water floats aimlessly. Roots have no direction. Nutrients don't settle where they're needed. Without the guiding hand of gravity, plants cannot thrive in the way they do on Earth. The first plant experiments in space were fraught with uncertainty. Some plants turned yellow and withered, while others grew in strange, twisted ways, their roots spiraling without any sense of direction. This was a new frontier, a place where nature itself didn't know the rules. But as every experiment failed, scientists learned. With each failure, the mystery unraveled a little more. They realized that, while gravity couldn't be recreated in space, they could create a system that mimicked Earth's conditions. One that controlled light, water, air, and nutrients in ways never before possible. Enter hydroponics. It's a simple concept, but one with profound implications. Hydroponics is the art and science of growing plants without soil. Instead, plants are nourished by a nutrient-rich water solution, and their roots are supported by an inert medium, such as rock wool, clay pellets, or even fabric. It's a technology that allows plants to thrive in an environment where Earth's soil and natural conditions no longer exist. On Earth, this method is already revolutionizing agriculture, producing crops in urban centers, deserts, and places where traditional farming is impossible. But in space, hydroponics became more than just a farming technique. It became the cornerstone of human survival beyond Earth. In the sterile and controlled environment of space, hydroponics offers a way to create a sustainable, closed-loop ecosystem. Water is recycled, air is filtered, waste becomes food, and life, in the form of plants, becomes the foundation upon which humans can thrive. In a small chamber on the International Space Station, the first hydroponic crops began to grow. Romaine lettuce, mustard greens, zinnias, even chili peppers. These were not just experiments in biology. They were experiments in human resilience. Aboard the International Space Station, floating 250 miles above Earth, a new kind of farming was born. The Veggie Experiment, a hydroponic system designed by NASA, became the first successful attempt to grow food in space. It wasn't a large farm. It wasn't even a patch of soil. But it was enough to prove that humans could grow food in space. That food could be grown in the void, fed by light, water, and care, without the need for the earthbound conditions we so often take for granted. But beyond the science, beyond the technical achievement, there was something else happening. Something that even the astronauts themselves didn't expect. As they planted seeds, watered them, and watched them grow, they realized that these plants weren't just food. They were a lifeline, a psychological comfort in the isolation of space. In the sterile, artificial environment of the spacecraft, the simple act of nurturing a plant becomes an anchor, not just to survival, but to humanity itself. Astronauts have shared stories of how the sight of a green leaf in a world of metal and electronics brought a sense of calm, of connection to Earth. The small, delicate leaves reaching toward the artificial light were a reminder of something larger, a reminder of life, of the Earth, of home. It's a deep-rooted human need, the need to nurture, to grow, to care for something living. In space, where isolation and confinement can weigh heavily on the mind, plants offer not just sustenance, but psychological well-being. It's easy to forget that the journey into space is not just a test of technology or science. It's a test of the human spirit. And in that test, plants have become symbols of resilience, of hope, and of the enduring need to remain connected to our origins. But the true test of hydroponics in space is yet to come. The next great leap in humanity's exploration of the cosmos lies not in orbit, but on Mars. Mars is a harsh world. It is cold, dry, and barren. The atmosphere is thin and toxic. The surface is bombarded by radiation. The soil is laced with chemicals that make it unfit for traditional farming. But Mars also holds promise. Beneath the surface, there may be water, frozen water, hidden from view. The sun, though weak, still shines. And with the right technology, with hydroponics, Mars could become a place where humanity can not only survive, but thrive. Imagine stepping into a greenhouse on Mars. The air is moist, oxygenated. The plants stretch toward the light, their roots soaking in nutrient-rich water. Humans are inside, tending to the crops, watching them grow. This is the future we are building. A future where we don't just send machines and robots to other worlds, but where we send ourselves to plant seeds, to grow food, and to create new ecosystems that will sustain human life far beyond Earth. What we've learned in space doesn't just help us survive beyond Earth. It is already changing the way we think about agriculture here at home. In cities, vertical farms rise from rooftops, using less water and space than traditional farming, yet producing fresh, nutritious food. In arid deserts, hydroponic systems grow crops without the need for precious soil or abundant rainfall. And in regions suffering from natural disasters, hydroponics offers a lifeline, a way to feed people even when the land has been destroyed. The lessons we learned in space about efficiency, sustainability, and circular systems are already changing how we think about our planet. In our search to grow food in space, we've discovered new ways to help Earth's population thrive, no matter where they live. Hydroponics in space is more than just a technological achievement. It's a promise that, no matter where humanity goes, we will take the spirit of life with us. That, even in the barren wastes of the cosmos, we will plant seeds and watch them grow. From the first small experiment aboard the International Space Station to the future of Martian greenhouses, we are learning to grow, not just on Earth, but among the stars.